Welcome back, everybody, here to your coverage of the Dota 2 Championship League. I'm your host for the English live stream, TobiWan, bringing you game number 2, where we have the Alliance going up against Fnatic. As far as this game goes so far, we do have the Alliance looking rather good from game number 1, having no major issues. But game number 2, there's something a little bit different going on with these two teams, and you'll see as we jump ourselves over here inside the draft. And the main thing that's changed is Bulldog has gone to a dentist appointment, which means we have his replacement, which will be Smuggling. But he's played a lot with the Lions, so I don't really expect them to have too many issues with this one, but it's not their core 5. Luckily, we got yourself a core 2 tonight as far as our streaming team goes. It is FATA from Sigma joining me here on the live stream. And it's so great, man. I just want to say this right now, that I can say you're from Sigma and not from Flipside Mouse Quantic.
I agree. There was a lot of stress with the sponsor stuff in the last weeks.
I hope you're having a good time over in Sigma. Are you having a good...
It's been great. It's been great so far.
Wonderful. Wonderful. So, Team House in Berlin coming up shortly?
I don't think so.
Yeah. Well, the French will never leave. So Team House in France.
I doubt that as well.
Well, just wait until you got to win like some huge online event like the D2CL. Because I hear you're doing rather well so far. You're doing actually very, very well so far.
To be honest, I don't even know our stats.
You don't? Oh, that's so bad, man. That's so bad. Well, just to make it easy for you, you've already played 3 out of your 4 games, and you haven't lost a single one.
Oh, that sounds great.
You're sitting in #1 position. If Alliance is able to take out this matchup, you'll both be drawn for first position, with 1 game left to play each. And the first position will be decided because your last game is up against Alliance.
Okay.
So, good luck. Let's give you your last one. If you win that, you go straight through the semifinals. And by going straight through the semifinals, you also guarantee yourself that you'll have $3,000. Should
probably win against the Lions then.
Would be good. Yeah,
I guess.
Yeah.
Oh, here we go again.
Yeah, are you feeling the tiny? Because I'm feeling the tiny right now, man.
Yeah,
I'm feeling the tiny. And if it's not tiny, like, actually, this was one thing which did you get to watch the games from the Nexon Invitational Super matches?
Not really.
All right.
I didn't. No, not the Fnatic Liquid ones. I missed those.
Okay, basically the Fnatic Liquid one, they did Wisp tiny. No, nothing stopped it. But they ran the Wisp and they ran the Wisp tiny combination 3 times out of their 4 best-of-1 games they ran.
Oh, wow.
The second game they ran, which was up against the Koreans, they ran Wisp Rikimaru dual lane mid.
I saw that one actually. I did see that one.
Yeah, that was actually a brilliant lane. 'Cause I've never seen that many smoke screens out from a Rikimaru. Any chance he could, he would throw it out because he knew he was going under there and taking some damage, and then was running out of his mana because he's using that. So it's like, well, bottles coming out from the Wisp, so they were both spamming their abilities. They were both taking damage equally between them, and then regenerating up together and just forcing out the mid solo. It was fantastic to watch.
I remember Alliance played that combo a lot actually. The Wisp Rikimaru.
Yeah.
They've stomped us with it several times, I think. Back in mouse spots.
It was one of Loda's favorite things. I don't think S4 kind of shared his love of the combo.
I do think it's a great combo though. But the Tavern nerf does kind of hurt a bit. Because beforehand you would always get a stun when you blink in when there's a Tavern on a Riki. And that was like the same principle that made CK Wisp so strong, made Riki Wisp so strong, that you always have an instant stun. Mm-hmm. But right now, for example, if you played against the Puck with the Riki Wisp, he's able to silence and orb out with a phase shift before Riki can get a smoke screen off, because he is not stunned by Teva anymore. So stuff like this makes it a bit weaker against certain heroes, but still the percentage slow is extremely strong. From the Teva, I mean, it's still really, really strong.
Fnatic don't even run it for the stunner anymore. They use it to zone out. They use Wisp as a walking medic. That's the primary use of him. It's not used to like, well, you can relocate and gank and do that kind of stuff, but it's not the primary thing. That's the reason why their combination with the Tiny was so successful. You didn't need to kill anybody. with the tether stun, because you come in, you avalanche almost instantly. And if you don't do that, if they run away, then you just clean it up with the Aghanim Scepter tree. So it's like, yeah, and you clean up either the creep waves or you clean up the buildings directly as well, with the buff up that comes from the Wisp.
Yeah, the attack speed on Tiny is simply amazing, and it's probably the reason what makes it so damn strong. Tiny really utilizes attack speed to the fullest. And Wisp, what does it give? The max level, what's the spell called? I'm gonna check how much attack speed it gives.
Are you talking about Wisps?
Yeah.
You can hover over them inside the game. Max attack damage, attack speed is 70.
Oh wow.
And you have 20% incoming damage reduction and the 4.5 health mana drain percentage.
Now imagine 300 damage Tiny hitting you with 70% attack speed. That's a whole lot of damage.
It kind of like removes that part of the build you have with the Tiny where you remove out the Yasha. Or you don't have to go on Assault Cuirass because you don't need the Hyperstone from that either. So it's like, and when you do get it, then it's even scarier. Like if you do get that attack speed and then you get the extra buff up. Yeah. Scary, scary world. S4, though, is more fearful of the CK. I kind of would have taken out both the Ricky Maru as well as the Tiny, though. The Tiny has got to be a ban out here by S4. And I kind of feeling like Fnatic wanted this to happen. Because by forcing S4 to ban out the coupling heroes with the Wisp, he's going to open up the rest of the pool. Like the mid solo is quite open. You've already got Nature's Prophet, so you're already feeling pretty comfortable with the offlaner. And then you could also still pick up a jungler in this scenario too. You don't have the Visage coming out to go with the Wisp, but if you want to go all out, you can pick up, yeah, there's a tiny ban out. We could see Chen's Enchantresses.
Chen is really strong with Wisp.
Yeah, actually,
that's what Alliance used as well.
For both lineups too. Notice it hasn't been picked up by anybody, so we do have the Visage there. I don't know if EGM is a massive fan of playing a Visage, as well as having RK playing on the Chen.
I doubt that he minds. I think EGM is able to play pretty much any support on a very high level. So I do believe that he doesn't mind at all playing that Visage.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
We we open up a different can of worms right now with the Skywrath Mage and Fnatic. We go an Alchemist. Yeah, so I felt the bait. I'm feeling such a horrible, horrible bait. You can feel the Tiny to start with, and then they pick up the Prophet, and then you're like, well, okay, well, what are they really trying to do here? The Alchemist pick comes up. You're no longer roaming, ganking. Like, this is going to be a Rubik, not a Rubik, it should maybe even be a Rubik, but a Wisp TPing around support heroes to go ganking. Let the Alchemist farm and do his thing. Can come with maybe a late concoction, but Alliance now aren't ready to fight up in a lane. Not directly, at least.
I'm really confused by the Skywrath pick. Like, the only reasons, or like when it's picked, is when, for example, there's a Quap, a Storm, or Puck. But we don't see these kind of heroes here. And I knew Pugna was going to be picked. I was about to say it, actually. I thought of it before. When the Skywrath was picked, I was thinking, yeah, Pugna's still in the pool. We all know that Neverwatch simply wrecks the Skywrath Mage.
Oh, man. It's a hero. I know we were throwing a little bit of banter to you last night before your matches as far as the Pugna. And you're like, it gets banned every time up against you. But it seems it slips through in so many different other lineups.
That's really weird. Like I've mentioned in the last game, I think Pugna is perhaps even the strongest hero in the version, but other teams don't seem to think that way.
But now if you throw out a Pugna Decrepify with a Prophet ultimate, have we got another magical burst damage which is going to be coming out from Fnatic? Like you've got the physical concoction, but
I don't think it matters too much. They can just like just the Decrepify blast alone is so much magical damage that you don't really need more afterwards. After the Decrepify is over, just a few hits from Alchemist or Prophet will be enough to kill pretty much any hero in the Alliance lineup. And so far the Neverward is not really countered. It can be killed by Visage Birds, but it's relatively hard to find the ward actually with the Visage Bird because they've got really low vision, and if they fly in like 4 or 5 Fnatic heroes, they're just gonna be killed. So far, it's gonna be really hard for Alliance to kill that Pugna ward. And since they've got really high mana cost on their spells, actually, they're gonna be taking a lot of damage. For example, Visage, so Assumption, what's the mana cost? Like 170? We've got Skywrath Mage with his ulti on like 600 or so. And Magnus mana costs aren't low either, so it's really difficult.
Also, correct me if I'm wrong, but the Familiar Birds also, with the Pugnan Ward changes to kill it off, it's no longer the damage that comes off from those. So they actually act like creeps, the way you kill off the ward, so it requires a certain amount of hits.
Oh, really?
Yeah, the Nether Ward was changed. I need to load this up.
Yeah, I remember that, but I didn't know that creeps would need more hits than normal heroes and units or whatever.
I'm loading it up on the side, so at least I have a proper reference thing. Pugna. Nether Ward requires now 3 hits to kill instead of the whatever. Heroes heard it for 1, others heard it for 0.25.
Okay.
So yeah, it actually takes even longer to kill off.
But they do
that.
have high attack speed. The birds have got really high attack speed, so it's not that crucial.
It just means when you got 2 birds, they'll basically burn through all their bonus damage to kill off the ward.
Yeah, and beforehand it would require like 1 hit each of them.
For the guys in the chat, Kuro is not my co-caster, it's the other German. It's FATA. It's from Sigma. So I know some people are still tuning in, and I don't have it displayed anywhere. I shouldn't even have my name displayed on these overlays saying who was casting what. But yeah, guys in the chat, if you have found that too, you're over on a wonderful social portal, which has linked you to this place. Or over on Cybermax IRC chat, because Dailymotion doesn't have it yet. Hopefully it comes shortly, though. Yeah.
Alright, I want to state that I also thought of Rubik as a support. You've mentioned it as well. It's a really great pick here. It's really good against the RP, and he's got a blink to steal as well. And those are like Rubik's most favorite spells. The blink and the RP are just so easy to get, and are just like incredibly useful. So Rubik is a great pick-off.
I'm still looking forward to it as well, because I've only seen it once so far in competitive play. The Aghanim Scepter Rubik. It's the only reason why I kind of feel like we could see a Rubik come back to the solo mid with the Aghanim Scepter, because it has a 0-second cooldown time on stealing abilities.
Is it 0?
I think it's 0 with the Aghanim's upgrade. Oh god, I'm back to my changelog. Rubik. Out of the Aghanim Scepter, it is 5 seconds, and the range is increased to 1400. But it's a 5-second cooldown. Sorry, not 0 seconds. But that may as well be 0 seconds during a team fight.
Yeah, but I still have doubts that Rubik is playable as a solo mid. I don't think the Aghanims will bring him back there. It pretty much does all the same thing as a support, as a mid, till he gets that Aghanims, but that's not enough to allow him to be mid again. Yeah, to justify him being mid again.
Well, we're going a little bit of play. Yeah, EGM, they're going to get telekinesis and go into a tether. I think Ira wants to. He's already left the concoction. Oh, this is not good. Lost a lot of mana and lose a little bit of health here as well. That's just a little bit of frustration.
I don't know why he hesitated so long. I'm really surprised because the clock actually managed to get uphill there and obviously zone out the enemies with the cogs.
Maybe he's waiting for the cogs and then just drag him out of his own cogs. That could have been the other part of the plan. I'm looking at what ifs. It's all about the what ifs.
But I mean that Era could have channeled the stun earlier, and then like EGM would be forced to cog earlier, and then Rubik could just throw him out of his own cogs. But Era waited really long with the concoction, for some reason. Well, that was really risky again, I must say. What EGM just did there. The Alchemist nearly got into his own cogs, and then I think EGM would have been dead. It was really, really close.
Yeah, looking for an extra burn off.
Also anyway, looking at mid, just look at Pugna dominating the Magnus already. It's so good. I actually played this matchup against Alliance in a scrim, and it's really easy to play. And yeah, like just the mana cost on a Never Blast is so ridiculous on level 1. It's 85, and you've got a 429 mana pool.
He's already got his bottle. Like we're not even 1 minute 30 in. The bottle's already arrived here in mid. You can see S4 is backing up again. Can you even stay close on the lane with this? Because you know the second you come in, now you're going to take like 175 burst damage. With
yeah,
every
it's so
blast.
hard to farm with Magnus against that. It's so hard. I managed, like, when I played that matchup, and S4 really underestimated the burst damage from the Decrepify Blast as well, and I managed to kill him. And he might not.
Sorry, I hope you were watching that one as well. S4 faked the first hit tonight, then Hani faked the last hit, and then they waited at each other, just like staring down one of those small little range creeps. So the small little mind game battle. Era concoction. We're going top lane. The cogs have already gone down already, and now you got Fly. Telekinesis, that's a 2-second stun out from Era, and they will get the 100% slow, but the nuke damage out from Smuggalik. No tail. Really, really low. He's almost one hit away from death right there. And then the rocket cancels off the heal. No tail still only just barely alive, and in the meantime, on bottom lane, back past the tier 2 tower, what business do they have being there? Any mage will die to pick off the Prophet, and RK's still here. Prophet will now TP back in here again, but RK's caught between the tier 1 and the tier 2 tower. Concussive shot try and slow him down. The creep wave will allow him to move back past this tier 1 tower. But what hey? What are they doing there?
I have no clue. That was a pretty hard dive. But they got the kill. But anti-mage died, but it's not that crucial. I don't think he even missed a creep wave, because it was so far pushed in. I'm not sure. So yeah, I guess it was worth it. Just looks ugly on a load of stats right now, being 0, 1, and 1. But other than that...
Speaking of, well, I wouldn't say ugly, but definitely unusual. What the hell is with his clergy helm? This is one of the most weird-faced anti-mages. He's like, he's hiding his shame of like... Well, we're going bottom lane again. Concussive shot, the orb flies out too. Look at that damage that Trixie's able to take. Loader, he needs one more attack and he's got it. Looks like RK was also looking to ensure it. Meanwhile, up on top lane, Era and EGM, they're battling inside the cogs, and Smugglik, soul assumption damage, Fly 2 HP! Oh, Smugglik can feel most definitely robbed on this top lane. Somebody get this guy back. Where's Clockwork? Where's his rockets going? It's flying top. It's flying top. That angle.
That's not enough damage though. It's not enough damage.
It's also not the best line. It's off to the side. It's looking for the pull.
Rubik ate a tango anyway to not risk getting hit by that rocket.
Oh, Hani's in trouble. It's going to go in towards Roshan. He's trying to give his bottle back over again. Be denied by the big man, but S4 pummels him into the corner with a very short-range skewer. But works for him, especially with the haste stream. There was no way it's going to hide himself from that.
They both went to the rune, right? And S4 got it before Pugner reached it, getting a haste, and then Pugner simply out of position. It's really risky to do that on the bottom rune for Pugner, because Ake can just always be there. High range on the concussive shot, just slowing him down. So I'm surprised he actually contested that rune.
Should also see Arcane's farm too. It'll pick up what I assume he's going to be
really rich.
Arcane's.
He's really, really rich, I must say. Yeah, I guess it's gonna be Arcanes. He might get a wand and some wards or so as well, but I guess Arcanes are better.
Hearing a Wisp Tether, it's Era coming in for the stun. He's already got the ass spray down. The cogs actually, wow, EGM. Is that like trying to kill off your teammate on purpose? Maybe. Era, well, he's actually been grave shielded up, and now he will go down. 4 bonus goal for Era for getting that one. But those cogs lock Smuggling in with no other way out.
Okay. That was pretty weird. I think they could have even killed him if he just cocked the Alchemist or the Wisp instead of zoning his own teammate out. That was really weird.
Well, it is an unusual hero. We can't have to remind people of this, that EGM isn't the normal off-lane play here from Alliance, so he's playing something which is not common to him. He's like, what would Admiral Bulldog do? Well, he'd leave me for dead and take the kill. So maybe channeling the spirit of the absent bear.
It's also a really weird hero to play, because sometimes you feel like the cogs do whatever they want. They're random. Like, you think he should be in them, and then he just flies out in like, wow, what is going on here?
Nice little snipe by Trixie, TPing in and taking out that top rune. It was being watched by RK. Now comes the middle lane, and they might consider it, but yeah, you see Hani, he felt it coming and drop that nether ward as quickly as he possibly could. And S4 needs a moment. Not quite sure what for. He might maybe to try and send this courier back around again. Because this courier should be picking up his arcane boots now as well. Because he's got the 1k gold as well as bottle for him. And you're right about Skyrise Mage. He built a wand as well as bot wards. He's such a team player. It's
pretty surprising actually, because once you got a 1k gold, it's a lot safer to just get the mana boots so you don't lose any more gold on death and you have them secured. You can just perhaps ask the Visage to get the wards and you can do the next one after you get a little bit of gold. But yeah, he's decided not to do that. Probably because he's sure he's gonna get the mana boots without a death anyway. Fnatic doesn't look at putting aggression on the bottom lane so far, so he's gonna be able to farm and get XP and pull perhaps, stuff like that.
Actually, telekinesis already with the concoction. EGM again, he's gonna lock himself in there. Soul assumption damage is enough to pick off Era, and the right clicks from smuggling won't be enough either. He's taking more damage just being inside that acid spray.
Dire's bottom tower is under
But at least Loader, as you said, like space in the bottom lane, not being pressured. He's walking around with, well, he's got boots towards a poor man's shield, and he's going to build into nothing. He's TPing top. Looks like that's, wow, okay. Era and Notal are a long way from home. Tether up, Notal's far enough away. Loader, he does have a mana void available, and Notal, he's toast. He won't survive this. There's already the stun coming off from Era. Just kept any mage away a little bit longer, but the damage was already done. And the Wisp was picked off, but that's an enemy mage also TPing off the bottom lane to get a kill on just the Wisp.
It's really on the anti-mage and alchemist battle somehow. They're both getting a lot of farm, and oh wow, Loader finding a kill.
How the hell did that? Shockwave? RP's
They used
already
RP. Yeah, they used RP. And EGM die.
Oh, but they used RP a while ago. That RP's only 50 seconds away from coming back again.
Oh wow.
It's a 120-second cooldown. I don't know what he used the RP on, but
He might have been scored on. And just being slowed, allowing anti-mage to get off a few hits, I guess.
either way, kill in the middle. And Loader, now that rotation seems to be very much worth it, doesn't it? Because he brought up treads when he TP'd up towards the top lane too, so he delayed up his Battle Fury even more. But walking around with 800 gold, Loader?
Okay.
Loader?
Now he quelling bladed, so Skywrath can pull through.
Wow,
and get more XP.
that's...
What a team player.
Yeah. Wait, hang on. That's an anti-mage that says no to farm.
It's amazing. I've never seen that before.
No, you should know. You played on a team with Black forever. There is no justifiable reason to help our support.
And now, oh, I thought Akanidi messed up the pull. That would have been funny. But he did only lose 1 creep or 2 creeps on the pull there. So he's able to farm it.
And that actually kind of works better for Loader.
Yeah.
By losing the 2 of them now, he's able to keep the creep wave a little bit further up. And even if he wants to, because he's actually the one taking up the damage here a little bit more. He'd take the damage when the creep wave first came in. So he's going to push into this tier 1 tower. Oh, okay. I guess that creep doesn't get to go with the party. Guess denied. But they'll push the tier 1 tower in the bottom lane.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
And doesn't look like Fnatic wants to defend that. I'm pretty surprised.
Trixie's so close to his hand and Mars, he doesn't want to risk death. But
Yeah,
at
not
the
Trixie.
same time, he needs
Trixie
money.
can't go there for sure. He's just gonna get slowed by the concussive shot and then be killed by the mana void. Oh, he does decide to go now. It's still relatively risky in my opinion, and the tower's gonna be pushed anyway. Rubik won't be in time. I don't think Rubik should go there anyway. I mean, if you...
I don't think Trixie initially was meant to go there for the Fnatic lineup. Like, it was meant to be a Fade Bolt pull-up, was meant to be the plan.
Yeah.
And then Trixie was like, you're not going to make it there in time. Let me cover for you. At least Honey's got some space in the mid. And he's just blasting down this mid tower.
The damage on the Pugna blast is ridiculous now on towers. They changed it to, what is it now, like 170 or so? It's really ridiculous how much damage it deals to towers with a, what's it, 5.5 second cooldown? Yeah.
I still wonder how long it's going to take before we see the full-on push lineups. Because I know I remember I was mocking you the other night. I don't say mocking you, mocking the hero. Where it's like you get a Pugna and it's like, okay, 19-minute game. Either it's won or lost. But when you get like Latrax, you get Dazzler, you get Pugna, you get Hero, which has been appearing more in the Chinese scene as well, the Death Prophet. Coming into lineups too, with now her buff up to the Spirits, I think got buffed up. Or even then Shadow Shaman. He was played a lot in the middle lane because now he's got even more wards in the mid.
I think all the heroes you mentioned have got great potential. And I would be surprised not to see them in full push lineups in the near future. I'm really convinced that is what we're going to be seeing. in the next few weeks.
Middle lane battle. They go. Okay, they're trying to time it up with a catapult so Hani can just do this.
They got
Oh, fortification timing.
Now Honey's out of mana.
Oh, S4's out of position. Pulled in and now skewers away. RK, look at him! He just destroyed himself on that Nether Ward. It was the last second of it. No-Tal brought in Era with the concoction stun. They do remove the Rubik. At the same time, while in bottom lane, he's battling up against Loda. They come back up towards the top lane, force CGM back out again. But that Skywrath mage, he threw the ulti underneath the Pugna Ward.
That hurts a lot.
It hurts to watch.
I must state that I don't really agree with Era's item build. In my opinion, it's really important for Alchemist to put pressure on the anti-mage in this game, and a Shadow Blade allows him to do that. Because if you look at Fnatic Zeros, the initiation is really limited. They only got Rubik, and he needs to steal that Blink to be able to initiate. And first he needs level 6 for that. So to stop anti-mage farm, I would have thought that Alchemist would go on the Shadow Blade and just try to gank the anti-mage as much as possible. But he goes for Sang and Yasha. Really surprises me.
I'm actually wondering if this is a different way of approaching this. Like, he wants to have strength, he probably wants to fight up against Alliance too, and he wants a way to disable up the anti-mage in the early stages. So, would even rushing a Heaven's Halberd, is that what he's looking for? A way to control up the anti-mage when they first jump in? Because he's getting his initiation.
He's already bought a Yasha. He already bought a Yasha.
Oh, so it's an SNY. Okay, in that case, what the crap? Oh, Courier, you're gone. These familiars going to work from Alliance. Meanwhile, on bottom lane, Trixie is a jump in from Loda, and that's going to be him almost, probably, and is in fact dead. Back up towards top lane. Era caught inside the cogs. He gets one last stun off there, while Hani, well, live draining out S4. He's almost got this one charge that keeps S4 alive. And so the RP from S4 being used to initiate. Then again on the bottom lane, we have RK as well as Animes jumping around. Camera work. Haven't missed a kill so far. Woot woot. RK, he's out. He TP's out to safety. EGM, he's ulted himself in onto Hani. However, that Nether Ward is still going to be there. The Familiars get rid of it. The Feybolt out from the Rubik. Able to pick up the kill. And then S4 shockwaves through the Pugna. Level 4 shockwave now stolen by Fly, but doesn't really have enough mana to use this. He doesn't have his arcane boots up just yet, but that's the money for it now. I think that's now going to bring an end to our global killing spree.
Yeah, I was about to say, there are kills happening everywhere on the map right now. It's pretty crazy.
Make it up for my failed camera work earlier today. Woo woo!
I think I missed like 2 of those. I was just focused on top lane. It was really weird on top lane what happened there. The Wisp TPing out without the Alchemist, while the Alchemist got ganked. Like, they wanted to counter gank bottom when Anti-Mage and Skywrath, I think, went on the Prophet. But then at the same time, the Magnus engaged on the Alchemist, so Alchemist didn't TP with the Wisp, and yeah, just general confusion and chaos in that moment. I don't even know.
I want to give a shout out right now to Cyborg Bat, who has possibly done the biggest contradiction ever, selling Dailymotion as proper stream quality and no annoying Twitch chat, and then says the word Kappa. Love it. Love it. Well, we're Wisp bolting. Where are we going? We're going top. The cogs are down there. They're on the wrong side of the cogs. Prophet's going to TP in. They still get the concoction with the acid spray down. The Wisp ulti will pull them back out again in 2 seconds if No-Tal wants to tether, which he will do so. So they're back down towards the bottom lane. So snipe out the clockwork and then push again on the bottom lane with Hani looking to lead the charge. And what is he building into? Like this Pugna, is it going to be a Vladimir's to help out Era or...
No way, no way.
No way? Well, I would have said mech, but it doesn't look like he started that one off. Era, concoction. He's coming in for Loda. He doesn't have a Shadow Blade to get in close and Loda. Well, you knew that blink was going to happen. On way to safety. We'll cop the concoction, but that's it.
I'm really confused that they worry so much at bottom lane. They should have known that many of Alliance TP top when they went for the clockwork. So that means that they couldn't have defended the bottom tower, but Fnatic decided to go back instead of pushing it. And yeah, that really surprises me. I don't think it was a good decision or the right decision.
I should also take it back. That's not the real Cyborg Matt inside the IRC chat. It's Cyborg. Or whatever it is. I got done by a troll. No!
But you might have you might see what I mean when I said it was really weird for him to go for Silent Gesture, because if he had a Shadow Blade there on bottom lane, he probably would have gotten a kill on the anti-mage.
Well, it should have been a point blank stun then, which means Loda wouldn't have the time to react.
Exactly. Especially that 125, I think it is, or 150 extra damage from the Shadow Blade.
Yeah.
Just that little bit of extra damage allowing that. Because anti-mage doesn't have a lot of TP. He's good against magical damage, but a physical 150 damage hit hurts him quite a lot.
Familiars. Oh, look at that from Fly. Didn't actually realize you could telekinesis up the familiars and then just hold them there to get the last hit on them. They're able to pick up, in fact, both of them. So Smuggler doesn't have any kind of familiars to help out this fight now.
120 seconds cooldown. Wow.
This is not really a good thing. Rocket's coming in and Clockwork, well, EGM, I think he's ready to go. Trixie's trying to body block it out and even puts a tree towards the front line. That tree's in a perfect line to keep him out, but then Loda, he jumps in, but Alchemist, they're able to get the last hit from Roshan as well as the pick off. At the same time, Prophet for the Skywrath Mage already being the trade-off. Loda, he's been battling up against Hani. That'll pick up a mega kill now. Pugna buys back into the game. Loda jumped himself out. S4, not enough mana. Arcane Boot, Arcane Boot. I think he was really thinking about letting off that RP, but he never gets it off. He's got Arcane Boost, we need the mana, and he couldn't get it off at the end of the day. Pugna, he just killed himself on the Nether Ward and the right-click attack.
That was actually the Nether Ward. When the spell doesn't go off if you die to the Nether Ward. So when he was about to cast the Shockwave to kill the Wisp, and he would have killed the Wisp if there was no Nether Ward.
EGM hunted down. Wait, so mechanically wise, the Nether Ward will actually kill you when you use the mana, which is before the spell is actually cast?
Exactly.
That's bullshit.
It is. Like, if you, for example, a partner with 300 hit points, and there's a lion with, 400 hit points casting a Thing of Death, the partner won't die, and only the lion will die if they are on the Nether Ward. Because the spell won't go off. The mana will be used and the damage will be taken, but the spell won't go off. It's really weird.
The small little things you get to learn every day about Nether Wards.
And by the way, you asked what Pugna's going for. He's probably going for a Necro 3, I guess. Or it might be a Forcer, actually, because the enemy does have Clockwork and Skywrath, and both of these heroes are greatly countered by Force Staff.
Looks like trouble on top lane for Trixie. He threw the ulti out, but EGM ulti initiated in. Able to get the kill on top, and Nero's got no one to stun because Clockwork backed up. And now where's Fall's also on his way up here, and well, Era just keeps his distance. Maybe it could be Force Staff. He's bought something. It's actually going to be a Yule Scepter.
Okay. Okay. Yeah, I don't know what to say about that item choice.
Well, Hani always likes to be unique with his item choices. It's one thing we can say about him. That always rings true, no matter how he builds, whatever he builds. Like, what do you even try to do then? Like,
I don't know.
Maybe it's meant to be, like, use it up with your burst initiation, then you go into a Yule Scepter, so Alchemist has time for concoction? Or... don't know.
Really?
He could save himself from an RP or the Skywrath Mage ulti? That would be another way.
Yeah, but Force Staff does the same, you know?
True. True. It's just if you want to turn yourself around. And Hani, well, now's your time, man. Puts down the ward, EGM jumps in, and now, well, there's a Wisp body coming in, and he throws himself up, avoids the orb, Yule Scepter!
Yeah.
Going to work, and Hero's going to stun himself. See, you should never really doubt the builds of Hani.
Indeed. He just showed us what a Yule Scepter does.
It avoids these long-range damages of Skywrath Mage.
I think Force Staff, I can just mention it, would have done the same there. He would have survived with a Force Staff as well.
It wouldn't have disjointed it though, because you can't disjoin him.
Yeah, but he wouldn't be stuck in the cogs and stuff like that.
We got top lane movements and we got bottom lane movements. He's Mag, he can get a 3-man RP off right now. The issue if he does do so, there's a Nether Wall smack bang in the middle of it.
He's even got a Invis room.
S4, he's going at 3 court, gonna skewer him back, Shockwave, don't kill yourself S4, and he won't. The Aegis Immortal will trigger. And there's there is every player from Alliance up here. They hold him inside the cogs. There's just Skywrath Mage ultimate going. After the wall was already managed to be picked off. And Trixie, he did not want to be here now. The tree army gets picked off almost instantly, and power buff up with the Battle Fury from Loda. Blinks in deeper, and he finds Trixie. There's your 100% slow on the attack, and then Anti-Mage throws the ulti. RK helps him off, and good jump in by EGM. Right on top of Notel, helped to be set up by Smuggler's Familiar. I don't know if that's RK microing it up at the same time, but either way, awesome play from Alliance, and they just turned Fnatic over and cooked him on the other side.
The good old S4 Magnus never fails to amaze me. That was so important. Like, the game was really solid for Fnatic before that point, and now Alliance is really coming back and gaining the advantage.
Well, actually, the first time I bring up the graph is only now. We're almost 22 minutes in. And Fnatic had a 3k gold advantage, but it's come straight back again. And when an update is probably going to go over 3k. But the experience, actually, Alliance was holding that. Fnatic dragged it back about, well, what was that, 5 minutes ago, down to about 2,500. Still the way of Alliance, but now it hits 8.5k. That's not a pretty thing for Fnatic to look at. But it's probably a good thing they can't look at it as far as players go. Well,
it's probably going to go higher now.
Yeah. Skywrath Mage gets a Rod of Atos. So shout out to Owie.
It's a really good item on Skywrath, especially when there's no first stuff on the enemy team. You can just kill somebody, pretty much anyone that doesn't have a BKB or force stuff. You can just kill it so much damage if there's no Never Ward on the ground.
Well, unless they have a Yule Scepter.
Oh yeah, the Yule Scepter as well, yeah.
Then good luck. Era's back to farming up on top lane. He's got himself a Bastion now, but he has got so little gold for an Alchemist. And no way to like, even though he's got this Bastion, I'm still with you on that Shadow Blade. Where is our initiation in from Fnatic bar a Wisp ultimate?
And the thing is, Anti-Mage is just free farming because of that, and he's getting more and more items. He's severely out-farming the Alchemist just because of that. He's getting free towers because he can't be ganked. He can do whatever he wants in this game just because there are just not a high number of disables in this game. And that's really, really problematic. And that's what surprises me so much about... Because I think Fnatic had a really solid lineup against the Anti-Mage with the Shadow Blade being up on the Alchemist.
Lotus gotta be careful. It's the longest initiation range ever for Fly. He's got Blink Dagger in, and now he's gonna steal Blink itself, and there's Loda jumping away. Wait. Era, stun, he's gonna be in range. Concoction will fly. Blink in from Fly. That's using the animation, and then he uses the Mana Style to evade. Burns off, in fact, turns into Fly to burn off his mana. And then up on top lane, No Tail getting completely and utterly owned on that top. Coming back in the middle of a Skywrath Mage ultimate.
Not so much fun.
No fun was had during this time. Hani throws out Netherward, almost hoping that S4 was going to try initiation on a one-man RP, but not going to be the case.
Oh, the chicken. Profit.
Wait, he's got Necro units. Necro units will still do it.
They don't see it. Wow.
I don't think they did. He teamed in behind him. And Lotus about... Oh, I don't think he realized how much damage he was going to take then either.
Man, if there was a Prophet ulti there also, he would have just died.
It was so cooled down by 15 seconds. Well, Trixie gets Prophet, Trixie gets Courier as well as Anti-Mage while not even being there. Perfect plan.
But it's still, like, the Necros are good to put on the Magnus and just cancel his Blink Dagger all the time. But other than that, they don't do a lot of, in this game because Fnatic is unable to push with 5 here. They can just split push, and that's when a Hex, especially against the Anti-Mage, gets a lot stronger. Because with a Hex and a Shadow Blade on the Alchemist, you're actually able to limit Anti-Mage's farm a whole lot more.
I actually like, too, the fact we see an Anti-Mage not going a BKB. He's about to kill off Fly. Blink an ulti or blink it? No, he's just going to ulti it. Not wanting to dive in deeper with the blink. He might TP himself down the bottom lane too. Netherwar's down from Hani, but he's already been Rod of Atossed up. And they attack the ward first, which means now they're going to attack Hani too. It's a good blast, and there's your Yule Scepter. Evading the attack damage. Now Era comes in. Arcade's a long way up, but that familiar stun. Era will throw the stun out, and he gets also the S spray down and moves him straight up. Was that with the 4-star? Going into the cogs with EGM. So No Tail gets a double kill, but they go back into an RP of S4. And Loda waiting with cleave in hand. He destroys Fnatic on the retreat to the mid.
That is so mean. Get teleported back and just instantly there's a Magnus and an anti-mage with a cleave waiting for you. It's not too much fun.
And now they're going to take out the mid tier 3 tower. Because you got no Alchemist, there's going to be, well, we got Blink Steal, so we have a jump pin initiation. Anti-mage takes the tower, so Fly picks him up, throws him down. But that's now telekinesis on cooldown, and loaded with his heart doesn't have to back up.
I think he could just stay here. He's got 20 seconds till the Alchemist comes.
Yeah.
And that's the only way they can kill him. They don't have the damage. They've got no physical damage at all right now without the Alchemist.
This was the thing I was talking about with well, I was about to talk about before the kills started happening. And I like to build for Loader. He's realized that Alchemist is trying to get into an Abyssal Blade, so with a Basher as well, is there any kind of point going a BKB? Why not just evade the entire thing and say, I can tank everything up because I've got so much money. Has 776 gold per minute. He's able to afford up a harp. He's already got a Mana Style. He's got a Battle Fury. If he goes Butterfly next, he's got tank ability as well as evasion. So even if they do control him for a little bit, there's no sight device yet up over on this Prophet, who also is very dangerously close to Loader.
Yeah, I'm actually surprised he wasn't in there. Because looking at the trees, there's a little gap between them, and it looked like...
Top lane, Wisbody's coming in. EGM throws the cogs down. Era, yes, it's too narrow gap. He can't go through. He stuns up RK because he doesn't want to go ganking over on the clockwork, but they have to anyway. And now they find him telekinesis. Oh, that was on the last microsecond, and the ulti from Notal, in fact, brings Era back. And EGM, he tried to ulti himself down to Hani a little bit further away, but he's fight up, held in position. The Prophet ulti will bounce through. They see S4 skewering himself away. There's a TP from Trixie in 1 second, but he doesn't have a sprout available and can't control anyway. And meanwhile, on bottom lane, Hani's having to deal with the anti-mage illusions. So, Fnatic, they're able to find themselves a couple of kills, but not really a lot of control after it.
Yeah, the thing is that every time Fnatic gets something, Loader just gets a lot more.
Yeah.
With a split push, and like I've said, it's really hard to gank him. And that's why you can just keep pushing, going into the T-freeze. And he really doesn't care about anyone right now.
He's going at just over 10 CS a minute. He's about to crack the 300 last hits in under 30 minutes. His net worth is 21,293 and counting. He is 4 levels above the highest level and the second highest level, and that's Magnus anyway. And his gold per minute is 781 right now. Abyssal Blade will be completed up for the Alchemist, and, well, that's some hatred onto illusions. They're looking for the real one, which is Loader, who's pushing in the middle lane with just Mana Styles.
I honestly don't know how they are gonna stop the anti-mage. He's like, even with the Abyssal being up, how does the Alchemist reach? They would have to engage with the Pugna Yules, then it has a point in this game.
But you're still gonna have flight time. You're still gonna have flight time with the concoction, and you'll just
but he can
quick.
Like after Yules, he can just walk up to the anti-mage and Abyssal him. Or actually, Manta might be faster than that. That's the thing. Manta might be faster than the Abyssal stun coming out.
Oh, if you're just spamming the button, yeah, you.
Yeah, exactly. It's probably faster.
So how do you control him? And what happens when he spends his 5.2k gold, which is currently sitting there? And he's about to get Necro units again on the bottom lane. Come on, that's some good money, Loader. Some good money. Don't you walk away from Necros.
And trees. They actually do give a lot of money now.
Looks like he's focused more on the creep wave. Is this team player again? Does he blink up and still get him? No, the Necros are actually timed out. Side device is now up. So at least they do have an answer if he goes a butterfly.
No, that is really important at Cypher Vice. That is such a crucial item in this game. It's coming out a bit too late, but they still might be able to hold him.
It's another controlling ability. If Loader gets overconfident, which we know Loader likes to do, and he did actually buy the way build a butterfly. The problem is he didn't buy the last remaining piece of the butterfly, so the couriers come down here with the other 2 pieces.
You can move it to the enemy secret shop if you want to, or just buy it on a 0.
There it is.
Since he's got a slot, yeah.
But look at Fnatic. Oh, this is good. They come in around the rear. The butterfly's there. The familiars are out as well, so they're keeping some good tabs, and there's an observer ward behind them. But they're going to try and give this a shot. One person that's not there is Strixie, but he can TP in, throws the ulti. Now it bounces around with the... Oh, no! Oh, no! Oh,
Well,
no!
that didn't work out.
That wasn't the plan! That wasn't the plan. It was meant to be a profit TP in. The ulti was going to fly around, and then all of a sudden, 4-man RP. Oh, that's... There was the fight on Roshan. Where was the fight on Roshan? Where was the fight at all?
Roshan has fallen
Well,
into the ring.
S4 just destroyed the plans of Fnatic, I guess.
Yeah.
I'm a bit surprised that they committed so much on the Skywrath. Like, they even hexed him while the concoction was flying, and there's just no point to do that. If he kept the hex, he might have been able to get it off before the Magnus gets the RP off. Like, you really have to. He had to keep the hex for the anti-mage or the Magnus. Like, the other 3 heroes really don't do that much.
GG.
Yeah, GG is cool.
Tower has fallen.
This is just Alliance so far ahead. That is...
Bottom barracks has fallen.
I still had confidence for Fnatic during that last fight. They had the right idea. They
Yeah, I
had
agree.
the right idea there. Ideas are right, execution a little bit more difficult.
Oh well.
I feel so violated after like that. There's a really sad thing too is I jump down the bottom like it's like, yeah, I'll check the profit and see what he's got. I see a trigger off the own. I'm like, oh, we must be fighting already. And then no. How did it no, yeah. I feel so sad for Fnatic right now. I feel so sad. Either way though, it does mean Alliance. They level themselves up and it gives us a deciding matchup for the D2CL. That match scheduled for the 13th of the 11th. It's actually that match between your team and Alliance.
Yep.
That's scheduled as the last game they will play before they head to Korea. So beginning of next week, or middle of next week on the Wednesday. It's their last match before they head to Korea.
And hopefully that's a loss for them.
Well, we'll see. Well, it depends if Sigma is going to be ready for them. Do you have a strat? Are you ready?
We'll see. I'm not really sure.
We'll see. We'll get the Pugna. That's all we need. Yeah. Well, I wish you all the best of luck in your game, man. I might have an interview with one of the Fnatic guys coming up in a moment. So stay tuned, peoples. There may be something else. In fact, I'm just checking right now. Yeah. But that's going to be it for our D2CL matches for the night. So hopefully you enjoyed the broadcast. Hope you've all enjoyed the live stream as well. And also, make sure you follow FATA. It's Dota 2 FATA on Twitter, I believe it is.
Yeah.
Yeah. So make sure you follow him over there as well as the progression of one of the best mid-solos in Europe. I'm talking about FATA, of course. And all the matches which Sigma have been involved in. What's your next upcoming match?
I have no clue. I honestly never know.
I can tell you you're not playing tonight. I have my schedule for tonight. I know you're not playing for tonight at least. Anyway, you can check out the details. You know the wonderful website that I'm part of, and you can follow Sigma's progress as well as FATA's personal profile and progress as well over there. Yeah. So thanks for watching, peoples. We'll see you next time here on the D2CL. And I'll let you know in a couple of moments' time if I will have one of the Fnatic guys come on for a bit of a chin wag. Later, boys.